everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of Curse of Strahd Deliverance in the Distance. I have playing with me first, Joe Jellyfish. Please introduce yourself and your character.
I'm Joe, and I play Benedict Celis as a Tiefling Paladin, who is very deep in denial, wanting to become human again.
So deep.
So yeah, so deep in denial.
So deep. I have next, the one bouncing his head, Joshzilla. Josh, introduce yourself.
I'm Josh. I will be playing Literal. He is a satire bard, College of Spirit / warlock, Pact of the undead, I think.
Undead.
Pact of the undead, and he's going through some stuff.
I have next to us, Jedi Master.
Yes, I am Jedi Master. I play Lumiere. She is a Circle of Stars druid, flavored sort of like an astronomer, and she is pretending she's not going through some stuff.
And last we have Munasaur. Or we don't. Moon?
Coughing, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm Moon. I'm playing the Cobalt Barbarian.
Nice. Previously, you guys were in the woods. You guys helped the Mistwalkers to defeat the Bane Speaker. Well, truthfully, you defeat the Bane Speaker while the Mistwalkers were dealing with illusions that were attacking them simultaneously. However, upon getting back and resting for the night at the camp, on the morning, you guys woke to a dead body of one of the hunters, the Huntress Idola, sister to Yelevin. A trial ensued, and through the trial, it had come out that Lithor was the culprit. However, you guys were probably, I don't want to call this a makeshift trial, but you were trying to appeal to Lithor's better nature, and also trying to get rid of this despicable bear. However, through many conversations and Ack rolling a good sneak check and tangling with Lithral, you managed to find out that that Lithral perhaps, well, you already knew that Lithral wasn't himself, but you kind of came face to face with the culprit, which turned out to be Strahd. A small little conversation and tussle and a little bit of deals went across tables, although none of you bit. Strahd had left after sharing some words with Lithral, and it was only then that Benedict decided to, since everyone was laying out their issues, he was going to do it as well. Feeling a new vigor and a bit more confidence, he took the mummified finger that he received from his patron, broke it, and pretty much forced a parley with the entity, coming to find out that this entity was indeed himself. Then it began to look a little dark as Benedict began to sink deeper and deeper into denial of what and who he is. You guys had learned that Benedict wanted to include you all in this deal, but no deal was made. And from then on, after the denial was struck and Benedict had talked his other self off of, not want to call it off of a ledge, but off of this current road he was on, you managed to, with Ack, although surprisingly, Ack was able to return to the Mistwalkers, get the map, learn where Evandusk was, and you managed to get on your way, leaving before the hunters themselves. Eventually, you guys made it to Evandusk, meeting up with this strange, odd fellow with a limp who brought you into the town, learning that your sponsor was the Madame Ava. Brought you in, and you guys were able to go to the, I believe it's called the Final Sip, tavern where you met Moonderic, had some food, filled your bellies, spoke to Moonderic, you learned that he is also a Vastani, and that he and Madame Ava might have had a bit of a relationship, though it was undisclosed as how what type of relationship it was. He told you of the 3 treasures that could help you fight Strahd and where to begin, and about traveling in between the different regions of the Dark Lords. And
Sorry. 3?
Yeah, there were 3 treasures.
What was the third?
There was the Tome of Strahd, there was the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind, and there was the Sun Sword.
Oh, okay. I did not get the holy symbol.
Oh, okay. However, knowing what you guys were going to be going into, he decided to, as a first time citizen fee, he gave you the pin to show that you are now officially part of Evandusk and its citizens, and that you were also given, some free room and board for the night. And just about some of you, other than, Ak, who was in a deep slumber, who did go to, before his sleep, managed to go and talk to Lumiere for a bit, and you all were, I don't want to say visited, but you all had your own trials of the night. And we will begin picking back up on the morn. Outside, you can hear some swords clanging and slashing, and you can hear people outside yelling and cursing, but it doesn't seem to be anything in terms of any sort of excitement, just more like you kind of expect it from this place. Even though this is your first night here, judging by the people that you saw, the mercenaries and some of the other hunters here, it's a pretty rough and tumble town, and you could immediately assume that probably there's probably an argument, or this is probably a bit of the lull from the hangover from the night prior. However, you guys will all, eventually wake up at your own leisure. So, I would like to come first to Benedict. What are you doing? And are you even awake if you are?
Oh, Benedict this morning is up very early. As soon as he as early as he could wake up, considering he was pretty severely injured. He wakes up and he gets himself together, and he would go to the oddity shop, the little tent in Evandusk that he heard could have some useful things, and someone who may know a thing or two about the cards.
Okay, great. So you're just gonna leave out immediately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lumiere is still awake, watching your door when you wake up. I don't mean to jump in on turns, but I would be there if you're trying to leave. Benedict, what are your plans for the day?
Good morning to you too, I suppose. I was planning on going to the oddity shop. I have Munderic implied that I could find something of interest there, so I might. I thought it could be a good idea. You may join if you would like, but.
Well, actually, I do think it seems like perhaps a good idea. I've been putting so much stock. Is this where the fortune teller is as well?
No, they're
just the oddities.
Just the oddities, but I understand from Munderic that the seller at the shop might know a thing or two about fortune tellers in Evandusk, or maybe the cards themselves, and I thought that I could maybe learn something.
This would be good. I like new sources of information, and I should like to go along, but I wonder, with you awake, whether it might be safer for me to go to sleep. I have not. I have been watching. I spoke with Ak for a while, and, well, Although I don't know what might have happened to any of you individually, I certainly had some experience of my own. Another taunt from Strahd, no doubt, but involving Zek and my father, as we know. But I don't know what may have happened to any of you, but no one seems to have done anything to each other in the night, which is what I wanted to ensure.
That is what's very concerning, but okay.
I just wonder whether we should post watches, you know? But then it's like, do two of us have to be on watch all the time to make sure that we trust each other?
We can maybe discuss this later, but unless you would like to come with me, I do think that you should probably get some rest. If there's anything that you need me to get for you, I would love to do that.
Well, I can't think of anything too much, and I can't imagine there are too many things I will stumble upon that my 9 gold will buy, so let me know if you find anything particularly interesting. I think I will rest and assume, hopefully, that, that I myself am safe from the rest of the party while you are gone.
Just need to interject outside of the game real quick.
Yeah.
I have a lot of connection issues, apparently. Just letting you guys know ahead of time.
Okay.
That is okay. Just be who you are.
But yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so
I'll try to close and secure my door and go to bed.
Okay.
Benedict is still kind of processing the implication that everyone kind of agrees that he's the main target for Lithro. And with that, I am gonna head out for the oddity shop.
Okay. Lumiere, how are you barring your door?
Yeah, that's a darn good question. I don't know. I guess, what does it have in terms of its own abilities, locks and such?
There is a
Anything?
there is a sliding regular lock, which you're surprised about, but then at the same time, you see the people that are around here. You're pretty sure there's some other thieves in here as well. So,
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll bar the door and I'll just sort of put any extra furniture in front of it. Not so much as this will stop anybody, but hopefully it'll knock over and I'll wake up.
and wake you up. Okay, yeah,
The best I got at the moment.
no problem. You take the little small little table, little end table, and slide it over and put it there.
Or you know what? Actually, it occurs to me, if I'm going to be getting a rest, why don't I... Because we're allowing the newer shit, right? So I can burn a use of my wild shape to do a familiar. Yeah, so I will do that. I will use my armor as normal, but when an image of an animal appears on there, instead it pops out, and I think, well, for watching, why not it just be, I guess it's a hawk, I think is I don't know if it's a hawk or a falcon, but I'll look it up in a second, but that'll sit there for a little while. It's not going to protect me the entire time I sleep.
Okay.
But put it on watch and sort of make a ruckus if anyone tries to get in, and seems like trouble. They may just try to see where I am, but...
Okay. You just and it goes to like one of to the side of the table and just lunges up and sits and watches the door vigilantly.
Excellent.
Nice. Lithro, are you awake? And if you are, what are you doing?
What a great question. I'm gonna say I'm awake.
Mhm.
And I am leaving my room.
Mhm.
And I am going to head downstairs
Okay.
into the tavern.
Okay. Just to double check anything. So, Ak, you said you having connection issues. Do you rather be a silent partner, or what would you want to do? What?
The store, I can shop without talking.
Okay, great. Just checking. Just making sure what you want to do.
In case.
So, Lithro, as you wake up and begin to head out. You
So they got the money in the party.
you can see as you get to the top of the steps, you can see the back of Benedict as he gets to the foot, exiting out into the main venue area, the main dining room.
Benedict!
I, um, Mithril, good morning. I, what is the matter?
Where are you going?
I was heading for the oddity shop. I have some things that I would like to check there.
Can I accompany you?
I mean, if that is something that you would like to do, then who would I be to stop you?
Who
So-
indeed? Lead the way.
Sure. And I keep going down the stairs.
Okay, you should go down and Letho joins with you. You see from the side, you see just behind the bar a different bartender. A younger woman. Hair is in a ponytail. It's like kind of like the hair is like looped and then it's like forms a ponytail on the back with a little pin. You see she's kind of wiping down the bar and like moving some of the still passed out drunker hungover patrons to the side. And then you see as she kind of meets eyes with all of you, you're with the party that came in yesterday, correct?
That would be correct.
This is for you. She slides a note across the table and just taps it, and then begins to continue cleaning the bar and cleaning some of the tankards.
I'll read the note.
Okay. As you got the note unfolded, it's just simple. It's from Munderic. And you see it says, "I'll be meeting you later. We have to talk."
I'll let Benedict know that's what it says.
Wait, we best make haste to the store then. If we must talk with him later, then we have no time to waste. Then let's go now. And I start heading out of the inn.
As we're walking, you're very jittery today, Benedict.
Well, is it there is a lot going on, and knowing that we are going to face a certain someone, I am nervous, you might say.
That's a shame. I was quite enjoying seeing you with a backbone.
Benedict is just like kind of like looks down, knowing like he's fully aware that like that what Nithra is saying is true.
Mhm.
He's fully aware that what Nithra is saying is true.
Okay.
Benedict is.
Can you all give me perception checks, please?
It's 18.
Okay.
9.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are getting close to the shop. As you step through, you see there's a lot of people outside. You see a lot of the sellswords are getting their horses correct and ready. You see a lot of them have like these scrolls and papers in their hand. You see them talking amongst themselves in these small little groupings. A lot of them you see as they'll come from the blacksmith, getting their weapons sharpened and just pretty much handling all their effects. As you guys make it to the oddity shop, the tent itself, as you begin to get closer to it, you see as the front of the tent, the fabric seems to open seemingly on its own in order for you to be able to actually see deeper within. But even though this is early morning, it's rather dark inside of the tent itself. Just faint little lamps that are on throughout the entirety of the tent. It just gives it this orange cascade across all the items in this shop. As you're walking in, you can see all different manner of things. You see jars filled with odd animal parts. You see some herbs. You see small little trinkets. You see books that are kind of tossed and put in random and weird positions. There's like nothing seems to be in order in this shop. But as you walk in, you see that there is just a simple desk that goes across the back of the entirety of the shop, and you find it kind of weird that this tent seems to get a little larger as you walk in it. But as you walk up to the actual desk, you see that there is a singular bell on it that just ring me for service.
Hello?
No answer.
I would like to talk to the owner, please.
No answer.
I'm gonna very exaggeratingly roll my eyes back and walk up to the desk and bang on the bell.
Ping ping, and as it does, you see as if formed from the desk, the shadow figure kind of moves from beneath, and then it begins to as if turning up the contrast. You see a form begin to morph out of the shadow. You see this long white hair that's slightly stringy, but it's kind of matted together. He has a longish kind of nose. It's kind of filled with warts, and his eyes are slightly wild, with a long beard that has these different metal beads in it, with all these different carvings or runes on it. He's wearing this singular robe, but underneath his robe he's wearing nothing, and his body is very skeletal slightly. You see the skin slightly sags a bit. Well, welcome to Balthasar's Oddities. How might I be of service?
Well, little Ak, if any of you would like to go first.
Don't be shy.
I'm not stood at the desk anymore. I'm looking at you said there's shelves, right?
Yeah, the shelves, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shelves.
Okay. Well?
I look at Ak, looking to see if he wants to say anything to the seller, to the salesman. Wait, what Ak wants to do? If Ak wants to do anything.
He speaks up. Tiefling, what's wrong? You seem afraid.
First of all, I I would much rather if you do not call me that.
Why? That is what you are.
That is not quite correct, but I am not here to. I am
That's a
not here
first.
to relay my history to you, Mr. Balthazar.
Balthazar.
Balthazar. I apologize. Well, I guess I'll start. I will start with my first question. What do you know of card readers?
Card readers? They are
Yes,
rare. Those that can do it properly. I'm not talking about charlatans. I'm talking those that actually divine the future.
I knew one such divinator, and as it happens, it seems that her deck is now mine.
Is that so?
And I would like to learn more about the cards.
Show them to me.
I very carefully take out the deck.
He snatches it from your hand. And he puts the cards down and begins to look over them. You've been using the cards. But the bond isn't fully formed. You're afraid. He slides the cards back and then he begins to hit the deck slightly so that they form into proper uniform lines. And then slides it back over to you. Oh. So
So, do you know who I might ask more about these cards, how to use them properly?
I can help you.
How?
1 second. He turns around and you hear as he begins to walk away, you hear the clattering of metal. It sounds like the jangling of chains. As he walks across, you see as he goes over to a small box that's on the shelf behind the desk. He reaches up and pulls out the box and brings it back over and places it down in front of you. He reaches into the robe, pulls out this small little key, slides into the box. And here, as he turns the key, and you hear the tumblers rustly creaking as he unlocks the box and flips open the latch. As he flips the box open, you see it's made of this old wood. It looks like it's made of oak. He flips it open. You see inside there is this small little blackened book. Even as he begins to pluck it out you can see that the lining of the pages has a slight shimmer in the lantern light. Closes the box and then places the book on top of it. This will help you.
What would be the cost of this aid?
Well, how much do you have? This is rare indeed.
Frankly, I do not own much, but I can offer you some of my gold and maybe my services, but I have to be honest and tell you that I do not have much to offer.
That may not be so. You see, he kind of like pushes up on the desk, and you swore that you looked at him. You got the gauge of his range, of his reach, of his height. But as he gets closer and closer, he seems to elongate. He gets up to you, gets right in your face. He inhales and sniffs deeply, like kind of sniffs around your face and your neck, and pulls back. Tell me about your past. Where did you come from? What have you been through?
Well, there is frankly not a lot to tell. I was born to a happy human family. Later, I was turned into a tiefling, and for whatever reason, I decided to try and gain favor with the gods, that they might undo this curse. And, well, evidently I haven't had much success, but I guess I do not have a lot of success with anything, really. So
I asked for a story, not a comedy. You say some funny things.
what is so funny about this?
Perhaps it's better if you find out on your own. He slides the book over to you. How much do you have in gold? I'll knock off the price for making me laugh so much.
Well, I hate to interject your very generous offer, but I do have some. Well, frankly, actually, it is still in the field of literature. Do you have any guides as to how to talk to people?
To talk?
Ever since I remember myself, I have been stumbling upon my words, and a very important reckoning is coming up, and I do not want to stumble on my own words again when that happens.
Sure. I have something that just might do the trick. He see, he gets like a little low and goes that like below the desk, pulls out a small little guide, slides it over. This was written by a poet. He had a similar problem as you. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't overcome it before he died. Or perhaps you can learn something from his writings. Besides, take it in good health.
Very well. And so now I suppose the matter of price. As I said, I do not own a lot. I have but 15 gold pieces to my name and a small axe and a small axe, a crossbow, and the armor you see me wearing, and of course my gun. But I am going to need that one. So,
Let me see the deck.
I show him the deck again.
He begins to flip through the cards. One thing you'll come to understand when divining the cards. The cards act as a conduit, an extension of yourself. You see, bonding with the Taroka deck is simply letting yourself be bare. These are all pieces of your soul. So, to take a deck is to simply lay bare your soul. Since you don't have enough in gold to pay, you did give me some funny material. But I'll take something else. He continues to go through the deck. And you see he begins to pluck a singular card. He flips it over to show it to you. Inside on the card, you see 2 human figures. They look familiar. Give me a perception check. 13. It's not hard. You recognize these 2 human figures to be your parents. And at the bottom of the card, it reads hope. He takes the card. This will be enough payment. He slides it into his robe.
Would that not hurt the functionality of the deck? That would not all of the cards have to be there? It just seems a bit counterintuitive to claim to help me with the deck and then hurt its functionality. Would it not be, Mr. Balthasar?
No. You see, as you grow and change and develop, the deck will do so as well and reflect your soul. If you have any hope or any sort of future, the deck will replace it. If this card does not return, oh, I may not be seeing you again. But the transaction is complete. He slides the deck back over, the book's over to you. I'll be keeping the box. Thank you for your business.
Thank you very much, Balthasar. Mr. Balthasar.
Yes. Take it in good health.
I take it back. And I take back the deck, now missing the hope card. And what were the other, like, how do I write that in my inventory? I guess like Taroka.
Yeah, just put in
guidebook.
It's Taroka guidebook. Yeah, you have the book of the dead poet. And then you also have it's a black book. You don't know if he said it could help you. He didn't say it's a Taroka guidebook though.
Okay, so I'll just say a mysterious black book and Book of the Dead Poet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And for now, I'll be done.
Okay. Let's give me a you can either give me a perception or an investigation check while you're perusing the shelves.
That's a 16.
16. Okay. You begin to just take a look around and something catches your eye. As you look over the shelves, you see that there is a singular long sword that's on the shelf. It's it looks rather like a new addition, like other things have been pushed back away from it. But you see the hilt itself, it has a wolf's head on the pommel. And it kind of forms like this weird vine structure that goes toward the handle to the knuckle guard, the hilt. Strangely, you recognize this blade.
In what sense?
It was wielded by a friend once.
Okay, I will take it from the shelf and like hold it in my hands like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just like be looking at it up and down.
Mm-hmm. Begin to look it over. As your eye catches a weird splotch on the sheath itself, which you instantly recognize as to be blood, old blood. And as you stand there, some of the memories begin to kind of replay again. How are you feeling in this moment?
Feeling kind of how to describe it? Not like a blast from the past, but almost like the sense of being lost, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's trying to remember something.
Give me
his features are, if Benedict or Ak was looking at him, it would like his face would be soft in a way it hasn't been in a while.
If Benedict, if you haven't left, you would probably see this.
For now, Benedict would probably wait outside, but he has noticed this.
Okay. Okay.
I'll go up to the shopkeep. Sorry, I forgot their name.
You require something?
Where did you get this from?
This. It seems it was provided to one of my associates. They said they found it in the hands of a werewolf. If you'd like to hear the story, I can tell you.
Tell me.
My associate usually combs Barovia looking for all sorts of interesting things. He says one night, as he was camping, a werewolf had stumbled upon his camp. However, it seemed in control of its faculties. It was not trying to attack, merely wandering, and that blade was in its hands. It said to him, "Take this, for my humanity is long gone, and I need no reminders." So, he took the blade and returned it to me. A very weird instrument. Very well balanced, if I do say so myself.
I'll place it on the counter, and like my hand will like linger on the hill, and then I'll walk away and walk out.
Thank you for your patronage. Please do return to Balthazar's oddities. As you exit, the curtain closes behind you, and you rejoin Benedict on the outside.
You find what you were looking for, Ithral?
Does anyone?
That is... And I would like to think that I did. Well, at least my momentary needs are met. Well, some of them. I still do have some things on the agenda. But I would like. I would rather wait for Ack to finish his business as well.
No, he's done so. He's out there with you.
Am I?
You went shopping with him.
Yeah, I know.
You went shopping. If you want
Now
to,
that I'm alive.
if you want to stay around and look to the shop for something interesting, you can.
Yes.
Um,
Well, I can.
give me a perception check or an investigation, either one you prefer.
I'm dog shit at both of those. Oh boy, a 17 perception though.
Okay. So as you're looking around, something just catches your eye, just straight off the corner there. Completely across from where Lithros was looking through, you see what you immediately recognize as another shard of that axe that you picked up from that clearing. This may seem to form the backside of the blade. It's just kind of propped up on this small little display. But you can see right from where you are, it's quite dusty. It hasn't, no one's even batted an eye at it or even touched it in quite a while.
How much?
Well, interesting. Tell me, what are you?
Eat kobold.
Kobold.
Eat Ack.
Ack. He gets close to you and starts to sniff you.
No sniff.
Sapphire kobold? Native.
Yes.
And he sits there and I'll take 25 gold in one of your scales.
Yeah, 15 gold.
A little short, are we? Do you have anything else? Jewels? Gems?
Yes, but no take.
Hmm.
Can provide more scale.
Yes. Well, actually, if you can't pay that, I'll take a scale and your horn.
Outside of the game, is the axe that we were talking about before?
Yes.
Something else.
This is, this is the Sapphire Axe that you picked up from the clearing. It is not the other axe that Derek told you about.
Okay. Sapphire. You fuck it, yeah.
Well,
If I can say no to a sapphire axe.
what'll it be? The horn and a scale for this piece, this fragment?
Why horn?
You see, Unfortunately for you, the other sapphire kobolds are extinct. And, quite frankly, they also make good components for other things. You are dragon kin.
Yes.
The horn is a really good component.
Big small horn.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't think a 12 is going to do anything, even if I did use inspiration. Oh no. Use my inspiration, yeah. Please, don't fuck me this time. I crit.
You crit, nice. Fine. Little horn it is, plus the scale. That'll be enough for the fragment.
No gold? Just the 2?
Yep, no, he'll take that. He'll just take the scale and the horn. The horn is worth way more than the gold.
Okay, that's fine. Just want to make sure.
Mhm.
Am I doing anything specific for this? Taking damage, anything?
Where is this horn located?
I'd say the small one would be on the back side of my head.
Okay. Come to the desk. Lay down. Here, as you lay down, you get set up there. You hear him ruffling in his cloak as he pulls out this rock and this chisel and a hammer. You see as he kind of like as he begins to kind of move the horn, you can feel the scales and the flesh kind of slightly moving as he kind of moves it into an odd position, and then you hear this mechanical clamp. As you feel like a barely foot, but in a little pressure around the horn itself, so it kind of locks you into place.
Does this feel like it's gonna hurt?
You feel pressure. It may or may not hurt.
Okay. Because I know you're gonna love if I do this. I'm gonna use one of my rages for this.
Okay, all right. So you just kind of like tense up and begin to prepare yourself. And he looks at you for a second. Good. His eyes slightly wild. He takes the chisel. Pink, pink. You feel your head slightly move and jerk a little bit. As he a few more pink, pink, 2 more times, and you hear just the sudden like splinter. You hear the splintering before, and he kind of like rips off the last bit of it as you feel the pressure on the back of your head and you're slightly moving, but you hear him kind of. He finally rips it off. As here we go, and then he goes to your scale, and you feel him slightly hold down like your arm and then rip it off like a little bit as he pulls off the scale and sets him in front of you and then begins to unfasten you. Thank you for your patronage. Please, you may have the fragment.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Slides it off, takes it off the counter, and you have the fragment.
I have 2 fragments, yes?
2 fragments.
I never wrote this down.
But it's only a short jaunt before you exit out into the if you do exit out and meet to join Benedict and Lithro.
Yeah, sorry.
We're going to take a quick and head over to Lithro. No, Lumiere, sorry. Lumiere, too many L's. Lumiere, as you're sleeping, you feel the plumage of the hawk slightly rub your face.
Oh, well, if I notice it, I'm certainly going to try to wake up and see what's going on.
As you kind of wake up, you see the hawk kind of, he gives you sternly looking towards you. And then with your, your familiarity with animals and such in nature, you see he's kind of on edge. You see he kind of swivels his neck and moves and looks toward the door, the threshold of the door. From the corner of your eye, you can see Strahd shadows dancing at the bottom of it, and looks to you as if someone's walking around and stops in front of your door.
Yeah, I think I ripped the door open.
Okay. You rip the door open as you just move forward. Rip the door open as you see in front of you this hooded figure. From your base perception, you can see that it's a female. The cloak that's covering the entirety of her body. She pulls the hood back, and you instantly recognize this as the woman that you can't say set free, but you intimidated. And then she pulls the cloak back, revealing the handle of the flintlock pistol. I think it's time we have a chat. She goes to push you into the room, and we'll take a 5. And we are back this. Yes, so Lumiere, you're forced back into the room as you hear the pull. She watches. She pulls back the hammer of the gun. I think it's time we had a chat.
I think down in the tavern might be a perfect place for a chat.
No. It should be said between us girls.
Here I am. You can say what you wish to me.
First of all, what are you doing here? How did you get here?
Those are questions. I thought you were going to tell me something.
No. Well, before I tell you what I need to tell you, I need this question answered.
I don't see what business it is of yours.
From what I gathered, I saw you all in the tavern last night, talking to Munderic. That's not easy to accomplish.
Didn't seem that difficult to me.
He only talks to you if he wants to talk to you.
Indeed, he caught my eye from across the room. We spoke to him. Put us up here for the night.
Caught your eye. So you are special in some way, huh?
I think that should be obvious to you, of all people.
And I also know he wants to talk with you guys again. For the day's out.
This is thank you for this news. This is news to me.
Okay.
Shall we go find him now?
No.
She's fully alone, or she have like people on chains behind her?
No, she's by herself.
Okay.
She's by herself.
I do have my limits of badassery.
She's by herself. You see, she kind of like begins to look off to the side for a second, like trying to find her words. And I overheard that your friends or whoever they are going after Alista.
It is among the things we talked about with Derek, yes?
I want to go with you.
What?
Well, I don't know if that's going to be such a great idea.
She kind of like pulls the gun up and kind of scratches her head a little bit. And why isn't that? Why is that? What's the problem here?
Well, quite frankly, although I don't need to share these, I have people around me I'm not sure I can trust. I would put you at the bottom of the list.
You pose a good point. Or I could blow a hole in your chest.
You could try, of course, but
Listen, all right? You and your friends got lucky last time. I'm trying to be cordial. Woman to woman.
well, then make your case. I guess, as I have perhaps foolishly revealed to you, I have people traveling with me. I'm not so sure of their motives. I guess I'm open to the concept, but you must explain why.
Orlista. She has, well, I don't know if you know what it is or not. She has a talisman to get to another region. Of course, not many know about this region. But I'm not from here. I'm not from Barovia.
Do you mind if I confirm for myself? Just a moment. It won't hurt. No.
Better
View her
not.
through the little lens.
No, her face is not a ghostly visage.
Well, I'm not so sure it automatically speaks in your favor, but at least you seem to be telling the truth as far as I can tell on that one.
I tell the truth on some things. Look, you did mention that you don't know where your friends are coming or going. If you do this for me, scratch my back, I scratch yours. I can watch your back in the night. Or during the day. You seem to, and she looks behind you, you seem to be unable to sleep at night.
Well, I am becoming accustomed to the fact that it's not really very bright here during the day even, but now I have other problems, keeping an eye on other folks. But I'm not sure it would take some time before I did not consider you yet another person who needs to be watched. Like everything else that I believe, I feel that I must see it with my eyes. Perhaps you can prove yourself, but holstering that weapon might be a good first step. Not bad, not bad. Well, as much as I may have some issues with them, this is also, of course, going to be a concern for the rest of the group. At least one of them is out shopping.
Okay.
And so what do you need? You need to go to this other area. This is still going to be trapped in this place, or it gets you out?
I'm not sure about how much Moonderic told you, but you do know that this plane is separated. The Dark Lords have their own places.
Indeed, I have observed some of the lines of magic across this place that separate regions.
Oh. My home is another one of those regions. I'm looking to return. I've been stuck here.
One of the areas more recently grasped by this Strahd.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps it would do for you to know that Orlista is far from our end goal. She has something that might take us to him, or enable us to deal with him. This would free your land entirely. Would you stay on?
Yeah. As far as I get to my home, I'll stay on. Besides, from what I hear, Moonderic also has something that could be useful to you. Reversing realms.
Well, you can understand this is a bit of a difficult position. What of your associates? Is this just yourself?
You're dead.
Well, now we did some damage, but not all of them.
Yeah. No. After our tussle, a lot of my people were wounded. Some died to black rot. Others are... Some of them left, died in the night. I heard them screaming. Before I knew it, lastly, Ovan, he was eaten.
Seems many of these unfortunate sorts of things happen around here.
Yeah. Well, after that happened, we were going to return to Vallaki. That's where most of us are from.
Well, I know something about why that's not going to be a great idea.
Yeah, and we returned, it was on fire. We've never seen it like that.
Does it disturb you to know that we had a hand in this?
Well, good thing Ovan's not here to hear that.
I just mention it not because I care to share information with you, except for the fact that I'm quite sick of sudden revelations changing how the group feels about each other. So you should know this from the beginning.
I can understand that. I get that.
Look, I tell you, I don't really care what you're doing out there on the road while you chose to attack us. It is your own business. But I need to know, I need to have evidence that you are going to not try it again. Is there anything you can offer me besides what I might see over time?
He she kind of puts the takes the cloak off. You see just the she's wearing like this leather corset and whatever else, but around her neck is this silver pendant. Lightly moves her hair to the side, unlatches it, hands it over to you. That is the single most important thing that I own.
Okay. You've given it to me.
That's all I can offer you. Take it or leave it.
Seems yet one more reason for you to knife me in my sleep, perhaps? To take it back? Tell me its significance?
It belonged to my sister. I took it before I left. Before I left, and I meant to return it, and then, well, I ended up here. Stuck here. This is the only thing that ties me to her, the rest of my family. And, well, it's the only thing that's going to help me get her back.
How will it do that?
It's the way into my ancestral home.
I see. What is she like, your sister?
Well, she was definitely the better of the two of us. Smarter. Prettier. Mother's favorite.
And yet you do not resent her.
No. Despite all that, she protected me. We protected each other. Did what we could for each other. Even if our mother showered her with everything.
Okay, well, I see you're making some concessions. You seem, well, I mean, shall I insight check her for the hell of it?
Whatever you choose to do, sure. You can insight check her.
15.
15. Seems true. She's truthful.
I just realized, like, I'm about to say you seem like you're telling the truth, and then I realized there's a game mechanic for kind of figuring that out. At least having some additional confidence. Well, it seems that moving from place to place around here is very important. This could be quite useful. I think I will hang on to it, and you will want to stay close by.
Yeah.
But as I said, it is not entirely up to me.
I understand, but after our conversation, I hope you would definitely be in my corner when it comes to proving my case.
Well, perhaps so, but I don't want to overstate what good that will do you.
Well, I guess...
Perhaps, you've mentioned Munderic quite a bit. What is your relationship with him?
There is no relationship with Munderic. It's, he's pretty much king around here.
Ah, I see. So he would not necessarily speak on your behalf.
I haven't really worked with him exclusively. I come in here, used to. Well, we can find, and then, well, me and my group would head out.
All right. Let's see. I suppose, although I'm quite tired, we should go find the rest of the group and see what they think. I'm willing to let you stand in my presence for a little while.
A lot like you and I. Nice.
Well, perhaps.
Well, as long as you're holding that, I guess we're regular old gal pals.
I suppose.
Oh, before I forget, Hawksworth. That's my name.
Ah, yes, it would seem almost as though I didn't care.
Yeah,
Yes, Hawksworth, yes. Fine. And I am Lumiere.
I know. And
Oh.
she begins to head out of the room.
All right. I'll walk downstairs with her and look around for these fools.
Right. Yeah. By the time you get down, the rest of the group shows up. And all of you from the corner of your eyes can see in that corner booth, Moonderic is already there, sitting, legs crossed, food and drink before him. But he doesn't beckon you over just yet, as you all meet together. Benedict, Akin, Lithul, you see the familiar face of that bandit woman standing beside Lumiere.
I'm gonna.
What did you do?
Yeah, I'm like cocking. I'm already cocking my shotgun.
I'm grabbing my axe.
Understandable, friends.
I'm gonna like lean over close to Benedict's ear. I guess you're not the only one that's gone crazy.
Despite the very mean irony in your statement, Luthor, what is she doing here, Lumiere?
Well, it seems she has come to ask to, well, join us in a way, accompany us in our efforts against Orlista specifically. I am none too trusting, of course, but she has not harmed me. I'm not so sure she could have, but she could have tried, quite certainly. And she has told quite a tale about attempting to rejoin her sister in another part of this place to which she cannot currently get. And, well, although I don't know it shows that much, she has offered me this, which is, at least to keep it for the time being, apparently something that will allow her to rejoin her sister. So it is of some value to her, so she says. Your thoughts?
You trust her?
I don't think I trust many, but able to work with her, perhaps.
That was not an answer. Do you trust her? Yes or no?
Whoa,
No.
whoa.
I don't think she expects me to just yet.
Not at all. Why would she trust me immediately?
I would not be this bleary-eyed if I trusted even those I already travel with. But I see value in all of you.
That's a good word. Value. You can tell the
No.
lizard to put the axe down. It's not necessary.
You know, Lumiere, I would like for you to start treating us as more than tools. Because I believe that we have shown you that courtesy so far.
You hear that? More than tools? Wow, bartender, I'm gonna need one for that.
You might be surprised what a high value I put on tools.
I would rather
Sometimes...
be
Go ahead.
I would rather be your least valued person than to be your most valued tool.
I suppose I can offer you those two specific options.
Benedict, Did your critiques of Lumiere ever end?
It will end when they will be heard. But they do not seem they seem to fall on deaf ears. But
Please, Lumiere, don't bend to his sensibilities. Just like a regular man. Give him an inch, he'll try and take a mile. Stick to what you're good at. Tools.
I think you overestimate the extent to which you have wormed yourself into my friendship, my dear.
I did not ask for friendship. I asked for
No.
recognition.
I speak to the lady.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
Does it make you feel better to know that I do place you in higher esteem than her, Benedict?
Noted.
Very little. But
No.
Listen, we all have our own goals. For some reason, we seem to have been tossed together that a particular different goal is necessary for each of us to do our own thing. I don't see a problem with this. I don't see that everything has to be a happy family. I have family. That is what I am here to find. I don't need it to be you, but it doesn't mean I don't consider you an important person.
you do not get it, do you? You really do not get it. There is no our own thing anymore. Do you not understand? I would much rather not be here, bound to all of you. And I have been very clear about that, but the circumstances are more than enough evidence that as much as we hate each other's guts, or at least as much as we do not appreciate one another, our fates are intertwined.
Blah, blah, blah. Jesus.
I did not ask you.
I think this is what I have just said that you are trying to attack me for. That we are together by purpose, not by our fondness for each other.
What you said is that we each are together to pursue their own goal, which might be true to an extent, but the bottom line is that our individual goals are not that separate. They cannot be separate. And
Not at the moment.
Not until this is over. From the very beginning, we were bound by some sort of I do not know, vision, prophecy, being summoned, but you have
Indeed,
to start.
I quite agree with you. I just don't know that you are the poster child for keeping the group happy and together and appreciating each other. It seems most of the time you wish to go do your own thing and sit by yourself and all of this, which is fine with me. But then you criticize me for not valuing you so much as a person. You don't seem to value yourself as a person, Benedict.
I am well aware that as a person I have very little to offer, but I don't like to.
But see, this I think this is quite incorrect. I think you have a great deal to offer. I don't know why that is somehow less important, that you would toss aside in the estimation all of the things of which you are capable, and instead focus on some sort of, I don't know, root humanity or whatever it is that you seek, that you think you wish for me to recognize? When, in fact, you have great, great importance and worth as a person? Let us stick to those things.
You cannot tell me that I have a great importance as a person and then not treat me like one. I do not ask to be your friend. I do not even ask to be an acquaintance. I ask to be simply seen and recognized as more than your soul.
Jesus.
All right. Suppose I work on it.
Bartender, another one. Jesus.
I shoot her glass. I'm fucking with her. I shoot her glass.
You shoot the glass?
Oh,
Yeah.
fighting inside this place, I've heard is not a good idea.
You shoot the glass, and she immediately pulls the gun out and plays. Now. So, my snide comments allows you to grow some balls? It's about fucking time. You've been bitching the entire time. Don't you get tired of it? Let me hear, don't you get tired of it? No one's tired of it? You're crying.
There are many things of which I am tired.
Just crying the entire time. Oh boy, boo-hoo this, not a person that. You know people suffering in Barovia? Do you? Way before you came along, you and your friends came along. People are suffering. I don't really give a shit, but yes, what are you? I've never seen anything like you in my life.
Thank you.
It wasn't a
Speaking of
compliment.
suffering, how's your sister?
I don't know. I aim to find out, though.
What if she's already dead?
Then I have something else to do in this world.
Which is?
Murder the son of a bitch who killed her. Thank you, bartender. Is that all you have to say?
Why did you attack us before?
Well,
Was it to get to your sister?
no. As I told our beautiful friend here, I was stuck. And well, in order to facilitate being stuck, eventually you'll run out of things to pay for. You need to survive.
So what happened from then to now for you to get unstuck?
After my group was
Running away? Was that what you was gonna say? Like a little bitch?
You see, she clicks the gun. Even after the shot from the shotgun, you saw like people have closed in now. They closed in a little closer. She clicks the hammer back. They've closed in closer. Well, after all that happened, I found you guys a few nights ago. Kept it quiet. I was a bit angry because, well, they were a bit of a family to me. Although a little shaky, you know, we were together because out of survival and, you know, not really riches in Barovia, but, you know, a little scratch here and there. After that all happened, we returned to Vallaki. Ovan wanted to return home. Although he was excommunicated, was burned to the ground. It wasn't the same. After that, Ovan was distraught.
Praise be.
I don't really give a shit. Vallaki's not my home. But it was Ovan's. Well.
Whoops.
Whoops, what do you mean whoops? No, but after all that, I found you a few nights ago. Kind of tailed you for a while. I was angry. And then we found the Vastani Camp, and knowing that you found that place and seeing the body of Madame Ava, then seeing the body of that poor man. He helped you during that fight. Tell me. Found him all stabbed up. What happened to him?
When when she says that, like Lithral's like eyes kind of like soften
look at
slightly
Lithral.
and look like his face looks sad,
Mm-hmm.
like just for a split second.
Okay.
And then like go serious again.
Right. What'd you say, Ak?
So I'm just gonna look at Lithral after she said that.
Okay.
He got what he deserved.
She sits and kind of smiles. Praise be. Well, I knew.
This is just not true, Literal. Why did he deserve this? That does not make any sense.
Ascension.
I told you.
Why? Yeah. I'm interested. If I'm going to get into bed, all of you, why did he get what he deserved? What did he do that was so wrong?
He possessed by other being.
Oh.
True, but that seems
No,
to be
no.
potentially
About me.
controllable.
Possessed by another being. And you dare to call me not to trust me. When, well, this guy over here is basically in the bed with who knows?
Oh, we know.
Even better.
I never said we shouldn't trust you.
But I soon began to figure that you all were possibly my way out of here.
Well, of course. Can't do anything for yourself. How else are you gonna save your sister?
I deserve that. Sure. On the chin. I like you. And a mouth. Well, are we done with the third degree? Are you done crying? I didn't get your name.
So, no hit.
Like the lizard said, no hit.
I am Benedict Salicinus.
Mhm.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Ah.
And what would be your name?
Well, before all that, I do believe you are quite rude. I believe your little friend asked a question. Please, Mr. Lizard, say again. I would like to be confirmed.
No hit.
I am not going to hit her for now. You may do as you wish, Ak.
I'm looking at Lumiere for the answer here.
I have already made my decision to give her a go, but with no promises of the rest of you. That includes you, Ek. Decide for yourself. She was our adversary in battle before, but so have other members of the group been.
Good. Do you have anything to say, Goat Man?
If I do, you'll know about it.
So will you. My name is Hawksworth. Pleasure to meet you.
Meak.
Ak? I like that name. It's very simple.
You remember Axe?
Yes. Do you remember this?
No, very dark. No good see.
Ah. You're cute. And your name, Goat Man?
My name is And he pauses for a second. Like,
Don't be bashful.
kind of like his mind is elsewhere. And then like in a second I'll come back. My name's Lithro.
Lithro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Hog.
I think I'll have dreams of your teeth on the floor.
I'll have nightmares about that pig nose of yours.
And I already know you, Benedict. Tiefling. A new one once.
Yeah. Correction, I am not a tiefling. This is an unfortunate circumstance, and I would rather you not refer to me as such.
Okay. Sure. I bow in sign of good faith. I buy around for everybody.
I appreciate your offer, but I will have to refuse it, as I do not drink alcoholic beverages.
Wow. No wonder you're sad. You have a stick up your ass. Lumiere, Lithro, Ack, would you like anything to drink? To seal our new friendship.
Well, actually, I quite prefer to keep my powers of observation as sharp as possible myself, but something to eat, perhaps?
Okay. Bartender? To walk over and put a coin purse on the table and on the bar and begin to order food for you while you guys are left to your own devices currently. Moonderek still hasn't moved yet, but those within the bar have receded. After seeing everything has the pressure has been released a little bit. Lumiere, all the corner of your eye, though, you do see Moonderek looking towards you. You can see as you just look at him, he just does.
I just shrug.
Okay.
Well, our new companion here mentioned that eventually Moonderek wants to talk to us. Did you guys know about this?
Yes, we received a note from the bartender earlier. But you were asleep, and I figured that we better make haste with our shopping and then let you know, because we would not bid him without you.
Quite makes perfect sense to me. In fact, I probably should continue to rest, but if there's business to be done, he doesn't seem necessarily demanding our presence at the moment, but was there any indication of when?
Just sometime before the day is over. But
Alright.
I suppose that the earlier the better.
As you sit talking amongst yourselves, you see someone enters into the bar wearing a cloak. So you can see immediately clock him as he has a bandolier across his chest, and he's fully garbed up with two swords. But he walks over and goes into Moonderek's booth and speaks into his ear. Much as he nods, and then you see him speak up. Well, since all of your business is concluded, please, if you would join me over here, we have some business to discuss.
I suppose that takes care of scheduling. I'll walk over.
All right, great.
It's just it's a very technical thing, but I would like to, in the meantime, between the whole scenes happening, I would like to have bought first a hammer, a small hammer.
Okay.
And I guess I don't really have to pay for it because we're taking care of it, but specifically a big hunk of meat for Ack.
Okay. Great. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Be right back, guys. Sorry about that. My food had arrived, and well, I wasn't gonna let it sit in the cold. Yeah, so as you say you bought a big thing for Ack. Ack, do you just sit at the table and continue eating it, or do you join everyone at Moonderek's booth?
Shit, this is the first time I even fucking heard this. I like it.
But yeah,
Take it to the booth and
okay.
eat it there.
Nice. Okay. So as you go ahead and start eating there, you see as Hawksworth takes the rest of the food and brings it to the table. She's not gonna join you guys over there because she wasn't invited. You guys were. And she respects that. So as you walk over, and they're please, in the booth, pull up a chair. Let's have a chat. Well, I already told you what I know last night. However, there seems to be a bit of a snag. In order for you to get to Castle Ravenloft, it's protected by a mist. Of course, the entirety of Barovia is covered in this mist, but this is a little different. Now, we Vastani have a method of getting into it. On top of that, this instrument can help you to progress to the other realms. And he watches, he snaps his fingers. Please, bring it. He sees the same man with the cloak comes back over with this paper of a carriage. This here is a carriage of Vastani make. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about the Vastani, but we are able to come and go through Barovia as we see fit. This carriage has the same magic. It'll allow you to pass through the mist. It belonged to Ava. Now, since her death, this carriage has now lost its magic. I need something to bring it back. I need the heart of a hag. And you're in luck. I believe I have a lead on one. Or at least the whereabouts on one. There's a town not too far from here called Farbury. I know. Ironic. Now, the thing about hags is that, well, they take children. And well, they have a particular MO. Thanks to our people out in Barovia, they come back, they give us information. The other towns don't talk with each other. But that's why Evan Dusk is special. We have a network in Barovia. Apparently, they have a particular eating pattern. They put the children to sleep, and then they take them a few nights later. The nights have varied at times, but it seems that this is a pattern that seems to be continually followed. Although the times of when they're taken seems erratic. However, yeah, it's Hawksworth. In Farbury, the children has just recently fallen asleep. and you haven't woken up. One Ivan Vasilov, boy of 8 years. Well, this will technically be your first real jaunt with us. So, if you're interested, and I know you are, right? You see the bigger guard gets up and shifts over, the pauldrons and metal clanking together as he goes and goes to the board and pulls off a paper. He brings over this over the paper, and it kind of like, as he prints it down, it kind of rolls up, but then he unfurls it and shows you it shows you that it's the bounty for a hag. But you see, judging by this, that well, you can, you know what, you can give me an arc. I think I'll take an Arcana check here, actually. Whoever wants to.
Ack for sure wants to.
12.
Well, yeah,
I'm not getting anything with a 7.
Okay. I don't know too much about it, but it does say hag, you know, and it has a bit of yeah, I said it like that, hag, and it has a bit of a gold set to it. It's 500 gold pieces for the successful killing of a hag. Regardless.
the chair.
Say it again?
Go on.
No,
Go
just
on.
regardless. The chariot is necessary. And you need this heart. Besides, you can move through a lot of the other realms with this. If you're going to do what I think you're going to do, and if you're going to find your father, this will be necessary.
Well, it seems always another step in between, but if it needs to be done, I, with the risk of changing the subject a bit, what do you know of Hawksworth over there?
He leans over and looks. Not much. She hasn't really really ruffled any feathers. Common thug, really. I know she had a little outfit out there near Valaki in the Svellich Woods, but other than that, seems like a common criminal.
So there is nothing about being part of this place that would bind her to good behavior.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your problem, but just thought I would ask.
Are you looking to keep her honest?
I guess that's a way of putting it.
We have things for that.
What sort of things?
He looks toward the rest of the group. Do you want to talk about it here or talk about it in private? You and I.
Well, I think the trust issues among us are well known, so I will gladly admit that Hawksworth might not be the only person it could be useful for, but I think it's best that we discuss it as an entire group.
Okay. We Vastani have a magic. Not only do we dabble in divination and all sorts of things, but we also dabble in blood. Just a bit of it. All we need. You can keep her controlled if you want to. She could become a slave if you want her to.
I don't know if that is necessary, but how does it work? Is it foolproof?
As long as they're alive on the same plane, yeah, you can always track her.
Well, I have often known where people are, and it has not done me much good in stopping them from doing unfortunate things. Is it just tracking? You said slavery.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Well, depends on how much you get me. If you get me a lot of it, I think I have one other thing I could do. Give me a lock of her hair. And she won't be a problem.
Interesting. Well, I turn to everybody else. As the man has noted, this seems to be something that could be of use even among ourselves. Perhaps first the question of if we were to use such a thing on our new acquaintance, whether we should do so with her agreement or not.
Yes.
She might be willing, and
As
please,
much as I hate
Benedict.
to admit that I would. I unfortunately would not be comfortable if she would not do that without her consent, so.
Yes, I mean, I see asking her as an additional layer of her proving herself. What about among ourselves?
Are you implying? I suppose that you are implying that we should do the same with Mithril.
Perhaps all of us. I don't know exactly what it does and how we might use it to keep tabs on each other. But yeah, go. Yeah, ask him.
I turn to Mandarin and I ask, would if we all go through the process, would that not mean that we would be subjected to someone else? We surely cannot be subjected to ourselves in such a manner.
Really depends on what you do. Besides, this is an old service that Vastani used to, when we were a bit more abundant, would give out to the regular denizens of Barovia. They would pay for this. For workers or going into business with anybody. Or sometimes if they were worried about losing their child, they'd do it. But
Lithril is keeping quiet, but he's giving Lumiere and Benedict daggers.
But hey, think of this as a trust exercise.
What could you be more specific about the type of control?
Okay.
It's just or what you know.
Okay. What'd you say, Ak? You were saying something.
I said I'm fine with this.
Okay. Well, there are levels to this. If you want to go for the control, if you were to try and control someone who's taking that level of conscription, there is a necklace. You take it, it's sort of like hitting a switch. You turn it. You'll be able to take complete control of that person. Utterly.
I, for one, do not think this is necessarily what we would look for.
And I am also deeply uncomfortable with that idea. Is there nothing that could simply incapacitate her in one way or another, immobilize her.
Yes. That is the second level. Just a bit of her hair, a bit more of her blood. And, well, you can knock her out if you want to. Simple snap of the fingers. And, of course, the incantation. Think of it like a leash.
What about, well, you said keep her honest. I know that these things would do so as a manner of speaking, but actual honesty, for instance, if we were to perhaps use this with each other, I have no particular need to immediately immobilize any of you. It's not what I would want to do, nor would I want you necessarily be able to do this to me, but we have been in many situations together where knowing what has gone on over the last several hours would be useful.
I have something for that.
If it is only for honesty, I would be happy to subject myself to this for any of you.
Okay.
One moment.
God damn it.
A little bit of mental static for Benedict there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the goddamn pizza.
Now it's about they were worrying that they didn't get my stuff ready for tomorrow, which I didn't. But that's okay. I'm not gonna distract from the game right now. But that's a me problem, not a them problem, and they should start getting used to that idea. Anyway, I truly do not think that would be necessary. I have been very open with everything from the very beginning, so I do not think that. I think that honesty is much more of maybe a policy we should start following rather than some magic we should cast on ourselves.
Listen, I don't mean to.
Hi. What problem?
Say it again, Nick. I'm sorry.
I said, if you don't lie, what's the problem?
That I frankly do not trust the Vastani just yet to give them such access into our inner workings. Sure, they are allies, but things are very fickle here. And truly, I do not know if giving them this opening so soon is a good idea.
You trusted the shopkeep enough to give her one of your cards?
That was a completely different thing. And that was an exchange. It was not much different to them
Listen,
giving money, but
if I might interject, it wouldn't be us having the access to the all of you. This is an exercise for all of you. Knowing your truths does not enhance my life whatsoever. Look at me, I'm living it. But this is for all of you. And just as a favor. You guys seem a little shaky, so maybe this could, perhaps, help you along.
it might shorten the next conversation like this one, which is what I'm after.
Lumiere poses a good point. But
Ack has already ripped out some hair and given it to him.
thank you, Ack. I'll put it to the side.
Way more than he needs to, by the way.
Give him a whole wig. All right.
Yeah, at Axe gesture, I'll do the same. If it's if the hair is enough, then I'll cut some of that off, or offer to slice my palm, as is the tradition.
Just a bit of blood and some hair. That's all I need.
That is what
Just kind of thought I'm not gonna slice my arm open for him to get blood in the middle of a tavern.
if this is what I will comply.
Wonderful. Lithro.
I'm gonna turn to Moonderic. Why the favoring of Lumiere?
I like a woman that's together. She seems to be doing her best with all of you. I noticed that. Also, has a nice dress. What? Jealous?
Of what exactly?
Exactly. So, yeah, Ack, you were saying something?
I'd like to go grab Hawk.
You want to grab?
Bring
Okay.
her over now, since we're doing it all now. It's a good time to bring her.
Okay. So, we walk over there while she seems fine. And she walks over with you. Ah. Hawksworth, is it, I believe? Well, welcome to my booth. Seems your new friend's here, or... Well, I'll let them tell you.
They were all speaking of possibly controlling you.
Excuse me?
I believe.
That's why you get this.
We're looking to keep each other honest. With a little Vastani blood divination.
Lumiere, are you okay with this?
I have very little to hide. And it seems, well, this is one of those things you might want to start knowing if you're going to hang around with us. The only real entity around here that I don't want tracking me and understanding what I'm up to or having a way inside our group already seems to have the ability to show up whenever he damn well pleases. So, I don't really have a problem.
You're talking to... Okay.
Yeah, it's worse than you thought, yes.
Well, knowing that you're going after Holista, I'm not surprised.
Literally, you are reluctant. This is not surprising.
Oh, I'm not reluctant. I'll take my dagger out and chop off a lock of my hair and throw it on the table. And then I'll turn to Hawk. It's now about truth. It was about control.
No. Why lie?
I'm not lying. That's how this conversation started.
It was a menu of options, yes.
Well, okay.
It should perhaps set you at greater ease to know that we had greater control on the table and moved past it.
Persuasion check. You all can make this because you're all... Well, other than Benedict, because he's not talking. It's a 3?
Check.
Yeah, it's
Persuasion.
not one of the things I'm good at.
Like you all, only person who can is Bennett because he didn't say anything.
Is that persuasion?
Yeah.
I got a 16.
Okay. Yeah, persuasion.
I got a 6.
Okay. All right. I gotta roll something here. Okay. She looks at all of you, looks at you all over. Then her eyes meets Lithral's. And you see, like, her lip turns into a sneer. Like, she does not like this. Fine. If that's what it takes. She uses her hair, puts it in the pile. So how does this work? Derek, well, if you would all put your arms in the center, please. Don't worry. I'm very clean, no cutting.
I put my arm. Well, I'll attempt to put my arm in first.
All your arms go in.
Yeah.
You watch as his hand begins to move over your wrists. You see just as he does so, as if like pulled by some unknown force, just a globule of blood comes out from each of you. He holds it up. He begins to spin and rotate around his hand. He then moves his hand over the locks of hair. Both of them glowing simultaneously as the globules continue to spin, until they all meld into like this singular pen, and the hair is dissipated. And then he begins to draw on your arms. You see as the arms go across, they all begin to form this sign. It's a sign of like this it's like a sickle. You can see it's formed a sickle with it looks like there's like a rising sun behind it. It's a little weird. But putting your arms together, you see it completes the picture. As he does so, he pulls his hand back. You see as the pen dissipates into like these like pyre-like entities, and they disappear into whiffs, ash. And there it's done. Well, so happy for you. I know you need some time to think about it, think it over. Please, you can chat amongst yourselves.
So now it would what? Reveal a lie or?
If you want to unveil what someone is saying, you simply walk up to them, put your arms together. Your tattoos will link. And if they are lying, you'll know it.
Oh, very well.
Please.
Does anyone require a test? Or if not, I kind of require a nap.
Ooh, so exciting.
I'll test it, and I'll stand up and walk around to Benedict, grab his arm, and like aggressively put it next to mine.
It does so. It links together. And you find that as your arms are linked, you cannot pull them apart.
Ready to test it, Benedict? Tell me you like my bear.
But I do not. I hate it. I spoke to you about.
If you want to test it, Benedict, you'll have to lie. Tell me you like my bear.
I like your bear.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I was. Oh, good. Oh, goody. 7.
First of all, you take 20 points of damage as you feel your heart begin to stop. At first, it begins to beat rapidly, and then suddenly it's like someone has squeezed your heart, and you find it hard to hold your breath. And as you begin to fall back, the link between you and Lithro does not allow you to fall, so your back is bent backwards as you've gone completely blank. You've incapacitated.
I'll turn around to everyone else. I was so hoping he was lying.
When Derek just wow.
That is pretty dramatic, but I suppose data at any cost.
Well, this is going to be fun.
Benedict is out
Benedict
for
is
this,
okay.
right? Benedict
Yeah,
is fully
okay.
done.
Out. He's out.
Okay, cool.
That's,
Can I not like detach? I'm just having to carry around his dead body.
No,
Well, not dead body, but-
no, he's just when Derek's like, well, now since you've done the do, if you just focus on it, you can unlink.
I'll do so, and I'll let his body drop.
I'm gonna check on him and see what it seems like he needs.
He's not dead. As he hits the ground, Benedict,
Try to catch him.
You want to try and catch him? Okay, give me a dex check. Actually, oh well, yeah, give me a dex check. Give me a dex check.
15.
Easy enough. You slide over and catch Benedict in your arms. Benedict, you wake up in the arms of Ack.
I can show you the word.
Wow, this will be hilarious.
You find weird things funny.
Me? That wasn't funny to you?
Why would it?
Well, it was obvious what Luther was trying to do. And well, quite frankly, it was hilarious. You know, you're not the first group that's done that. And every time someone falls out from it, it's funnier. I just haven't seen it in quite a while. No one talks about Vastani blood magic anymore. Ooh. Silence
Benedict,
across the stage.
Thank you for being the one to test it. It is quite dramatic, but effective, it seems.
Ooh. That silence is not a good sound.
Well, the rest of the day then?
You have the rest of the day to yourselves.
Set off perhaps after this hag, maybe not until tomorrow?
Yes. But the child is already asleep, so we just don't know when. Badak?
I would
Maybe we
definitely
tell Hawk?
rather rest.
Anyone
Well-
plan to tell Hawk they were going after a hag?
I think wasn't she here in the booth with us now? I think she would respond to like, "What, a hag?"
Possibly. I'm just waiting for everyone to finish what they're doing. You see Hawksworth is... The thing is, like, Hawksworth is more or less focused. You see she's just still looking at the tattoo. Mostly. She's not really registering what everyone's saying. Like, you've basically, like, collared her. So she's a little... she's a little...
Oxworth.
Yeah.
The just to make sure that you follow, we are set to go hunt a hag tomorrow.
For what?
A heart is needed to power a chariot that will allow us to go through the mists safely.
Okay. Just tell me where to shoot.
Very well. Now, it seems we have the rest of the league to ourselves.
Rest of the day is yours.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just any lies when the arms are connected, or do we have to be asked a question?
Well, oh no! So what you would do is, if you want to see if someone's lying, you just walk up and if you connect and focus, it'll the tattoo will automatically reach out. So this is to stop anyone from not trying to connect with you. They will have to physically pull themselves away for your arms not to be linked. This is truly like tell me the fucking truth kind of tattoo.
I mean, like, if I was to do that, can I just say something to prove I'm not lying?
No, it would
Or does it have to
automatically.
be, like, a question.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, it would have to be a question.
That's lame.
It would have to be a question.
Ruined my fun.
I keep saying about tomorrow, just for my own resting reasons and so on and so forth, and Benedict's hurt too, but I may have missed any details on the timeline for the hag thing. If there's something there that I'm not understanding, I may have not got it all down.
Okay, Moon Derek just said that in Farberry that the child is already asleep. Judging by the patterns of a hag, the modus operandi, that they seem to take them after they're sleeping, and the children do not wake up. They seem to always stay asleep. But they take them at weird times, very erratic, in which they are abducted. As of right now, they still know he has his own scout over there. That there's a kid, Ivan Vasilov, that is still asleep in Farberry. He hasn't been taken. He just cannot give you an actual time reference on when they'll be taken.
Right, that's cool. But it's the sleep is caused by the hag situation, but you don't know when they're going to show up.
Yeah, you just don't know when they'll show up.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
She still seem out of it?
Hawksworth, she's kind of back with you, but she's still like looking over the tattoo a little bit. She's kind of like rubbing her hand over it. Like you see, it looks she's trying to rub it off, but yeah, she's just looking over it.
This could be stupid. Act stupid. I'd like to grab her arm and slam my arm against hers.
What the hell are you doing? And she tries to pull her arm back and kind of like tries to almost pulls you with her. She
Listen,
like
ask if I trust you.
Do you trust me?
We clashed before. I know. You good person. Deep down, I trust. Not a lie.
Okay. She looks you over, looks to Moon Derek. Shouldn't he be dying or something? Not if he's telling the truth. Huh.
And then take the focus to get it off. Kind of try to make her calm down a bit and feel a bit better.
You see, she kind of like nods in recognition. Okay. All right. Thanks. I mean, already have a few tattoos. What's another one, right?
It look cool.
Those are cool. Hey, want some more food?
Sure.
All right.
Please eat. And I'd like to pay for her drink too.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of food, Lithro, would you like to accompany me for a minute?
Lead the way.
And with that, I bid Mundari goodbye, and thank you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I walk Lithril to a small table, and I order tea for the both of us. And when the tea arrives, I look at him and I say, Lithril, I am scared of you. I do not want to be scared of you. And I realize that maybe I have seen you carrying around your books, and I have seen you play, and I realize that maybe to make you less of a foreigner to me, less of a stranger, would you be so kind as to tell me a story?
So, as you was talking to him, as you was talking to me, I was like staring at the tea in the cup, like almost to the point where you might have thought I just wasn't paying attention. And then, like my eyes will like slowly like rise to yours, like, and almost like I'm looking through you and trying to find something. And then, like, my face will go like back to serious. What kind of story? I could tell you what happened to Esmark.
I kind of figured that one out. I do not want to hear just a story. I do not want to hear history. I want to hear a tale. I want to hear maybe your favorite tale.
I take out my book and I open it, and without not looking down at all, keeping eye contact with you, I turn the pages one after the other quite slowly. And then I stop and I'll read you the story of Jack, a boy who was lost in the woods.
And what happened to Jack?
That's the best part of any story. The ending's not finished yet.
I hope that Jack could find his way home. What would you hope for Jack?
What would you say, sorry?
I, for one, hope that Jack makes his way home safely. We too have been lost in the woods, and I would not want a small child to go through that. What do you hope for Jack?
You see, as Lithral's face goes almost like to the point of being upset, like that kind of sadness, and I like slowly move my hand to hold yours if your hand's on the table. And then I look you in the eyes. I hope for that too.
Then you should write that story. I think that would be a very good story to write.
I slowly take my hand back, and as I close the book, a slight smile creeps across my face. I'm sure the ending will be well worth it.
I hope so. And not even like slightly encouraged by this, sip on my tea, and then I probably go to sleep being severely
Really, what?
severely injured by a certain truth spell that someone made me fall for. For the
You
sake
guys
of a
wanted to
test.
put it on us. I was just testing it out.
I wasn't too much for it either, but I didn't. Okay, whatever.
So, in the end, what does everyone else find themselves doing?
I am eating and drinking with Hawk until we both decide to go to bed.
Yeah, you and Hawk sit there and have
Hour.
have a bit of a conversation. So, your entire clan is dead? Entire tribe is gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mother, controlled by Strahd, Lady Lindro,
Wait, Lindrel.
big
Oh.
sapphire dragon.
Oh shit! It has a name?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Lady Lindro.
Oh, okay. Lady Lindrel. Okay. Wow, that's tough. Oh.
No mad, just voice.
Yeah. No, I get you. That's some shit. And, well, props to you for keeping it going. If anything happened to my sister, I really wouldn't know what I would do. Well, I know what I'd do, but...
Strahd for Lady Lindro.
Well, I mean, Ak, the fact that I'm, having a conversation here tells me that you are intelligent, but, that's not smart, but I understand doing what you have to do.
No. But only family left.
Really? What about the...
Ak no speak good, only. Speak other language good.
Other language? What other language?
Draconic. Good.
Oh, you speak Draconic. Do you speak Infernal?
Oh shit. Do I speak Infernal? Whoops. I dicked up. Do I speak Infernal?
If you speak Infernal, Benedict
Where
did
the
not
fuck
know
is
that speak. Because Benedict speaks Infernal and Celestial, so if we could have had
No
an
Infernal.
expert. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No Infernal. Oh. Well, I guess however long we're traveling, I like to learn languages. Teach me Draconic. Maybe I'll help you speak Common a bit better.
I try.
I try to. And,
Thank you.
no problem. You guys sit there and,
You nice.
I wouldn't go that far.
Nice to me.
That's fine. Yeah. You, guys sit there and eat a bit more and drink before, Hawk finally, decides she's had a few, she's not drunker at all, really. You see, like, she's had tankard upon tankard, but, like, she's, like, maybe mildly tipsy. She pulls back. Well, if we're going to be hunting a hag, I think it's time to get some rest.
Okay.
All right. See you tomorrow, Ak. And she
Good night.
She goes to head upstairs. Ak, do you go upstairs as well and go to sleep, or do you do anything else before then?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Go upstairs. Okay.
I ate and drank too much.
Okay. Lumiere, what are you doing?
I want to go find the blacksmith. I think there was one.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I can. Well, I'm gonna have to like gather up some shit, some sand and sand and limestone ought to be easy enough to find. We're kind of in a cavern, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I would like to see if I can bargain for use of the blacksmith's forge for a little while to do some glass work.
Okay. You get in there. You see that the man usually attending, big burly man, little rotund. He's got a little bit of a paunch belly, but he's still muscular. He puts his hammer down and looks over to you. Oh, can I help you, little lady?
Looks a little miffed, but the condescension. Yes, I think I was wondering, unless there is an actual glass house here in this small town, I thought I might make use of your forge. I need the heat of your fire to do some glass blowing. I'm quite adept, but hard to do on the road.
Okay. Sure. Let's see your glass blowing. He steps to the side. He's mildly interested. He's never, like, you could look around. He knows iron, he knows steel and stuff like that, but there's not really a lot of glass around here. I mean, other than some windows and such, but other than that, mostly not. Sure. He kind of steps to the side. He takes his gloves off, put his hammer to the side, and like crosses his arms and watches you. You can give me a one second. I mean, of course you can make it with proficiency. Just needs something.
Yeah. I am in fact trying to make an hourglass.
Okay. You can give me I'll take a regular wisdom check. You can add your proficiency modifier to it.
All right. Let's see. Plus another 2 on top of that, so 15.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at 16. We're at plus 3 proficiency now.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely know how to do this, and your hands, you move really quite fast as you're going through your tools. You get to set everything out and get the mise en place of actually being able to put the all your tools out and just get ready for what you need to do and begin to grab all your instruments. And you see the blacksmith is a little taken aback. And you see as he kind of gets up and then he walks closer, he pulls up a chair, then starts to look as you continue to, make and form this hourglass. Just give me, as you're making it, you see that there's like it seems to be like maybe a hitch in the process. Give me a perception check here.
Sure. It's 25.
Yeah, easy enough. You see that, maybe it would have been the structural integrity would have been a little weak with the way you were going. So you went ahead and fixed it a bit, and we're in the end of it now. So just give me another wisdom check with your proficiency added to it.
Sure. Ooh. 14.
14. Still not as bad. The perception check allowed you to clean it up, and that lowered the DC a bit. So you were able to make the hourglass twist and form as you needed to, and perfectly thin out to a proper hourglass structure. As you're sitting there, while you're working, you hear like pink, pink, pink in the back. And as you finished, he had also in that time had created a housing for the hourglass. And this ought to do. He slides it over.
Thank you. It's very kind. It's excellent workmanship.
I could say the same. Where did you learn your craft?
I learned it working on optical items from my father. We are astronomers. Look at the sky.
Oh. Haven't seen the sky in forever. Either way,
It's worth it.
he takes off his gloves and holds his hand out. Gregor.
Lumiere?
Well, if you ever need to use this forge again, it's open to you, fellow craftsman. It's nice to see.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You showed me something nice today. And Gregor goes back to being on break as you go ahead and I guess assumingly head out.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back, and my intention was to make it for currently a 3-hour runtime and to start training my my hawk to notice it running out.
Okay, great. So you get it set prepared, and you call the hawk, and you what do you say to it as it just pops out?
All right. Now, you have quite a sharp eye, and all of this sand falls to the bottom. Stops moving. Like when you kill something and it is no moving anymore. Wake me up. Peck me on the head.
Okay, give me an animal handling check.
Sure. 20 total.
20 total. All right, you see he looks at you, and then he continues to focus on the hourglass. You feel pretty well that he got the gist. He understands what you're trying to say. Not only that, and he's also like technically a familiar, so like that bond is also there.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you feel confident that he got it.
Cool. Yeah, then I set him to watch and go back to sleep.
Okay. Benedict, what are you doing? As the day rounds out. Well, day comes to an end, I should say.
I have 2 books that I would like to flip through.
Okay.
So I guess I would start with the cards.
Okay. You begin to look through the book. Flipping through it, you see the pages. Some of them are slightly stuck together, and you carefully begin to move the pages so that you can actually get to see this. And you see that this is more than being like a guidebook, this is more like a notebook. And you see like inside you see a symbol that you've recognized before. Give me an intelligence check.
$15.
15. You saw this symbol in the inside of Madame Ava's tent.
Okay.
And you begin to look at the handwriting and start to put 2 and 2 together. As you see, the handwriting is very beautiful. It's very beautiful, very dainty. You get to realize that this is more than likely Madame Ava's book. You begin to flip through and read it. Give me an Arcana check. You try and scroll over. Your knowledge of magic comes from your faith, not from the arcane.
11.
11. It's mostly gobbledygook. You see a few symbols that look interesting, but no, nothing really hits you there. You're gonna have to study a bit more to really start to understand this book, or ask for help somewhere.
Okay. So with that, so before I go back to the trend of pulling a card before I go to sleep every time, I like to flip through the Book of the Dead Poet.
Okay. Begin to flip through the book and give me an insight check as you read through some of the poems.
Natural 20.
You immediately recognize that this person wasn't trying to talk to people. You're trying to talk to a person. And this person was apparently someone he was in love with. As you're going through the poems, you see that he, in his poetry, you start to discern that he tried practicing on inanimate objects first. That's what he would do. But as you continue to read, you realize that it begins to change a little bit as some of the poems begin to say that these objects begin to talk back. But that is how he practiced. It'll take you a while to get through the book, but you got to maybe about half of it.
I'm definitely gonna okay, I'm definitely gonna take another night reading it like when I have the chance.
Mhm.
Right now, I would like to again attempt a freestyle reading
Okay.
before going to sleep.
All right, take the cards out and begin to shuffle them. Please give me a d20 roll with your spell casting modifier added.
That's another natural 20.
Okay, so as you begin to, I need to roll something here. So as you begin to flip through the cards, you shuffle and you see that card, Destiny. Again, you quickly pass by it, but then you find another blank card. You've counted 60 in the deck, but now it's 61. And you see another blank card. What do you do?
I guess I practice talking to inanimate objects and they ask the card, "What are you?"
No answer.
So I see the blank card. As far as my inventory goes, I know that I do not have a pen
No.
of some sorts.
Mm-mm.
So I would like to go downstairs
Mm-hmm.
and look for a pen.
Yep. You see the bartender from the previous night down there. What do you want? A pen.
Yes.
All right. Well, it goes under the bar and hands you this pen. It's kind of, it's a quill, but it's a little frayed. It's weird. Like it looks like you just pluck off the rest of the feather. It's just a single stalk.
That's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I write on the bottom of the card
Mm-hmm.
where usually the card would be written.
Mm-hmm.
And I write hope.
Okay. Red hope. And what do you do?
No, I was hoping that writing. Benedict is not great at drawing, but I guess what Benedict would draw
Okay.
is his home, or what would amount to practically a very a suggestion of a house.
Okay.
Because Benedict is not very artistically inclined.
Okay, give me a performance check.
9.
This is like, you know, kindergarten house. Like you just got the triangle, and then you got the sun at the top, and that's kind of what you drew there. What's drawn on the card? The card doesn't seem to react in any way. What you've drawn on it. You're muted.
I go back to upstairs. Is there anything about Ava's book about a blank card?
Not from what you saw. No. Maybe a little deeper into the book, but not from where you got to.
So. I just drew a caricature of a home on.
Mm-hmm.
I draw another card, maybe.
You gonna draw another card? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me another D20 roll with spellcasting modifier.
That one's a 3.
You pull this card. As you do, you draw it, and you see on this one where you don't remember ever seeing this card before. And look inside, you see there is a man cloaked in shadow, but his horns rear backwards. His face is like his entire body almost cloaked in shadow, eyes beaming red inside. His body beat just this bright red. In his hands, you see stretched forward is a woman. Her arms are clasped above her head. He's holding her aloft, and like from his mouth, this tongue is like kind of like wormed outwards. At the bottom of the card, it reads, "Origin."
Okay, I'm trying to think. If Benedict has the insight to himself to understand what the cards are telling him right now.
Okay, so what we'll do for here, make an insight check and then make a deception check against yourself. Because you're trying to lie to yourself.
Okay, so my insight is 19.
Okay.
And I'm going to lie to myself.
You know, you can give me that. You can give me that deception check with advantage because how deep a denial you are in.
I mean, it's pretty hard to deny this one.
This is some next level denial.
What is it?
I 11.
Yeah. You know, deep down inside is there. And as you sit there and look at the card, you just feel a hand on your shoulder. I told you. The cards don't lie.
Benedict is staying there. Okay, yeah, Benedict is not getting any sleep tonight. Yeah, I'm just calling it here. I'll take that point of exhaustion. There's no way Benedict is sleeping after this.
Okay, so you sit in your room looking at the card and just in the wake of that low candlelit glow. The card sprawled out with that one card clasped in between your index and thumb. Your fingernails, if you could see, turning almost white at how tightly you're holding the card. And well, we go lastly to Lithril. What are you doing?
Well, after the lovely tea date with with Benedict, I would have got up and gone outside for a nightly stroll before going to bed. Are there like people on the street and stuff?
There aren't many. You see a few drunk mercenaries that are kind of just laying out. Some of them just took the bottles with them. You see others who don't really have, maybe didn't make their quota or didn't make their kill, so they're kind of sleeping on the outside somewhere, rough and tumble, as you do. Are you looking for anyone specific?
No. Not particularly.
Okay. It's getting a little later in the night. I mean, most of the people are in the final sip. That's why.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I'll head to bed.
Okay. Well, as you go to head to bed and you lay down, where's Teddy?
Sat on the book that's on the bedside table.
Okay. You lay next to Teddy. Well, lay kind of turn and face. You look at it slightly. It's just like by the ear. And today's been weird for you. Perhaps maybe you're feeling things you might not have felt in quite a while. As you look over at the bear, right at the ear, it looks like mold or something. It looks like the ear has aged slightly, just at the tip. It wasn't there before. What do you do?
I'll sit up on the like on the side, like edge of the bed, and take a deep breath, and then I'll pick up Teddy to get a closer look at the ear.
You can lean forward again to get a closer look. Yeah. It looks like some sort of decay.
I'll touch it. What does it feel like? I know that's probably a weird thing to ask. What decay feels like.
It still feels like regular bare fabric, but it just, as you like kind of touch it, and I'm not sure, do you like kind of feel it a little bit? Yeah, you kind of like wiggling your finger. You see like it kind of flakes off. And then as you pull your hand back, you see like the corner where you flaked off that tip. That piece of Teddy has gone. It's turned into dust.
I'll hesitantly put the Teddy back, get into bed, but I'll move so that my back's right against the wall, and I'll just like stare at the Teddy, slightly worried.
Okay.
And I'll probably fall asleep doing that.
You sit there looking at the Teddy. Eventually, you feel just a gentle breeze as the candle snuffed out. In the darkness, you can see the little polished black eyes of Teddy, kind of shimmering in the candlelight from the window. As eventually you fall asleep, and that is where we'll end for today. Especially because the hag is it's gonna take a bit. So you guys got the hag next time. So yeah, we come to MVPs. Joe, you look like you're in trouble, so I'll go to Lithril.
Smart move. Okay, what's mine gonna be? Well, there's lots of cool things that happened in this session with each of us. I mean, seeing Lumiere just inadvertently seduce everyone around her, pretty great. The whole truth tattoo thing was really cool. I think probably my MVP it was a very nice moment with Benedict and Lithril. Despite the interaction still having like underlying unease, having that very sweet moment was just really nice. Especially since I've been hating on him this whole time. Well, not this whole time, but for a while now. So that was pretty sweet.
Nice. Come next to Moon.
Tell me that you like my teddy bear.
Wait, tell you that she like your teddy bear?
When I said it to Benedict to get him to lie to me,
Tell
that
me
was a
that
very
you like my
satisfying
teddy bear.
moment.
Oh.
Oh, I can't believe you forgot that happened. That was like the best moment ever. It was so fucking funny.
That was so satisfying.
I was just sitting there like, you're such an asshole.
Oh yeah. No, that was an awesome fucking moment. I was like, oh god, bravo, bravissimo.
I also appreciate the DM letting me unfuck what I wanted to do with Hawk with the truth tattoos.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I trust you with them, but then you're like, no, you gotta ask a question. Like, cool, I gotta come up with a way to make that work. Great.
Yep. Great.
But it did clear something up for us, so at least we know how they work better now.
Yeah. Joe Jellyfish, I think you've recovered.
Okay, I mean, obviously there were amazing moments, and I will not let off this Lumiere and Blacksmith romance that I already started forming within my mind.
That's you got romance for that? Greg, we're old as hell.
Everyone needs love.
There's something very cute about the idea of two like craftspeople getting together and crafting things together. So I am very into that.
Weird description of cute.
It's very cute. But I mean, there were a lot of amazing stuff today, but I was like really there for Axe and Hawk's unlikely friendship and like the genuine conversation that we were having. It was really cool to watch. It was kind of it's kind of weird to imagine like a grown woman and a small lizard person just like talking it out like two good friends. And
just remember, I tried to slice her in half multiple times the first time we met.
I mean, yeah, but still, it was very. There was something very sincere about it that I really liked.
Listen, a lot of friendships begin after you fight somebody. You know, that's just the law of the street.
Yeah.
I met my best friend after she fully. I met one of my best friends after she fully like chucked the notebook at me, like a spiral notebook, and the metal hit my face. So, I mean, it's not it's very true to life in that sense. But yeah, there was something very charming about that moment. I really liked it.
That's good. And
I'm glad you let us talk.
Of course. And lastly, Jedi Master.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to second Ack and Hawksworth. I like that quite a bit. I like Hawksworth. To me, that I didn't even notice that the blacksmith might be. It's not because I'm not actually a girl that I didn't notice the blacksmith might be interested in me. It's because I think I'm more interested in Hawksworth. When it becomes not just being a girl fantasy, but a lesbian fantasy, I'm on board.
Go, lesbians, let's go!
But not just because of that, but I really...
Trying to bed the NPCs?
I'm a massive sucker for antagonist who comes back and tags along. Like, I just love that. So I'm cool with her. But mostly it would just Joe and Josh just carrying things for long stretches when I decided to be asleep, or when not that Ack wasn't, but but and then some other distracted moments here and there. They're sort of just going.
Otherwise.
Yeah, right. But when there were some reasons for other distractions happening, they were just sort of rolling along, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Nice. My MVP is the roleplay mostly. It was a great session.
In a row.
3 weeks in a row, you know what I mean? Like, you guys have been through a whole bunch of shit, so you guys got your stuff to take care of, but next week we get back into the thick of things and continue on. I just think that a lot of stuff needs to come out in the open and it can be handled, and I know that a lot of stuff playing in other campaigns, a lot of stuff can be left unsaid, especially when so much is thrown at the party. And quite frankly, roleplay is the best way for characters to develop, one of the best ways at least, which I think is good. And
That roleplay is the best part of the
yes.
combat blows ass.
But yep, we got to get through that, and we are rocking and rolling now with nothing to stop this train, because we are back onto the main stuff. All the other stuff it just happened, you know what I mean? It just happened the way everything shook out. But I think we're back on track.
By the way, I totally ship Hack and Hawk being old war buddies forever.
Yes. I could definitely fucking see that.
Ship that shit.
Could definitely fucking see that. But if there is nothing else left to say. Oh, and thanks for those who followed. We had Cakes and we had Nevaway, if I'm saying that correctly. I'll be saying it incorrectly, but I believe it's Nevaway. Next away. I could still be saying it wrong.
There's any new people here? I had to listen to me lagging my balls off.
But
It doesn't happen that often, I promise.
but thank you very much, everyone who watched, who joined. Thank you everyone who followed. And there's nothing else left to say. I think it's time we all said goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.